Yo, what up, guys? It's 5D here with the champion guide for Miscreated Monster. I wish this could be a good news in this video, but this champion has been left behind a little bit in Raid Shadow Legends. In this video, if you're an early game to an end game player, I'll show you where you can still use him in 2023. You might think from his character design he will be an undead faction champion, but Miscreated Monster is actually a Knight Revenant faction, an epic champion with magic affinity that is right here. He's been in the game a long time ago and he was so good back then, so good when there had not many options to help your team stay alive, especially against the spider. So that's what he brings to the team right here. This A2 in terms of his skills, it's an AoE skill that hits everybody, but it's special because it has a 50% chance to stun for 1 turn. AoE stun was cast back then, and he was one of the few champions who placed that AoE stun on the spiderlings, which is essential to make them not move. Even if it's a 50% chance, which cannot even increase, it still happens sometimes, and it happens a lot for a lot of the spiderlings when you have the right masteries on him to boost this 50% to 55% maybe if you're interested in that. But the interesting part about this big hit is that it places a shield buff on all allies for 3 turns. Shield these days comes in a 2-turn shield, right? His shield goes on for 3 turns, and it is equal to 25% of the damage inflicted. You see, it didn't just say on everybody, no, it just said so each ally, each enemy that is hit by this big hit will have 25%, 25%. So when it counts all the 25% from all the enemies it hits, it becomes a very huge shield. So it doesn't just take a total number and do 25% on it. No, it does 25%. So it's like additive, not multiplicative, according to how they say it in Raid. So this is like an additive 25%, and it happens for every enemy out there you hit. And the shield you're going to be seeing in battle right here that we'll test out is a fat shield. That is what this champion is known for. No amount of damage you do to the your allies at that point, or the enemies will do to you at that point, that will penetrate that shield, except it keeps hitting, and then the shield will eventually go low. It helps you save your HP. Your allies stay alive longer if you don't have any way of taking care of them with no healer, no reviver. He alone can keep your allies alive, and we'll test that in this video. So besides this big hits right here, his passive, he places fear debuff on the attacker for 1 turn whenever an ally is attacked while under ally protection. So this ally protection does not need to be placed by him, as long as an ally protection is in the team and your allies get hit right by the enemy, they will get this fear debuff on them. Not through fear, just fear. But it's still useful to make those spiderlings kind of miss their turn sometimes, right? So, and to get ally protection on this skill right here, he has it on his A3. This is the least favorite of all his skills, and that's why I went towards the A2 and the passive first. Those are my favorite. This one is more of a PvP content, where you want to just keep staying alive and keep putting ally protection on and making the enemy team just give up and quit. As you see a lot of solo Miscreated Monster in the arena just being a menace and unable to be killed because they keep healing themselves and they keep placing fear on you. It's crazy. Well, he can't place ally protection on himself. He places on the enemy team. So this heals this champion by 50% of his max HP after he places the ally protection. So that's 50% max HP is what it will keep him alive. This champion's all his damage is based on HP. I forgot to mention it when I showed this skill right here. You should not put high attack on this champion, but high HP is what he needs to hit hard. And of course, crit rate and crit damage is always important. So, but his damage is based on HP. Heals this champion by 50% of that max HP that you put on him, which is going to be a huge heal. If you can even make 50%, 50,000 heal, 30,000 heal possible on this champion, it will just get him back to full HP, because when he places this continuous heal, all the damage that is being taken to all the allies, right, will come to him. Well, a portion of it will come to him. It also places a continuous heal, additional ways of keeping him alive. That continuous heal is also very important because it's on a 3 3 turn, so 3 turn continuous heal. When book, this skill is on a 4 turn cooldown, while this skill will be on a 3 turn cooldown. This is the one you want your books to go into first before anywhere else, I think. For the A1, that's not all. It's not all. Is A1 is also useful. Imagine. So people are saying this champion back then was kind of a legendary champion because A1 useful, A2 useful, A3 useful, and now passive also useful. So what makes this A1 useful is because each hit has a 50% chance of placing stun. So it's not just the A2 that places stun. The A1 also has a low chance, booked up to a 25% chance of placing stun, which is useful somewhere. It also places decreased defense debuff for 1 turn if this stun is placed on this A1. So that Miscreated Monster, if you want to use him in the arena, he can boost a little bit of HP for you with 33% HP, which is even gonna make him even hit harder with HP damage based. All right, let me head over to my inventory and tell you how I built this champion for this video, because this is a recent champion I obtained recently, and I didn't use him in early game, and just getting him to 60 just for this champion guide. But this champion will serve players the most who are in the early game, players who have not beaten Spider 20 yet. That's number one content where you're going to use this champion, or players who are still in bronze 1, bronze 2, bronze 3, bronze 4, silver, gold 1. That's where you find this champion in PvP. Besides these two places, you also find him as a useful resource in the not the Fire Knight now, in the Night Rev faction wars. So that's where the 3 places you use him: early game arena as a tanky team, or as just somebody you cannot kill easily, and secondly as a dungeon, just to create minutes for the wave, keep you alive so your damage dealers don't go down too fast, and also as faction wars. Those are the only 3 places you can use him in the early game. I keep saying early game, but even if it's dungeon 20, yes, because dungeon 20 is early game these days. It's no longer 13 that is early game. Dungeon 20 is early game. By the time you begin to push towards dungeon 25, I don't think he will be able to survive all those hits that are coming in with the biggest shield he has. So that's something to note. Once you get above dungeon 25 or start getting better champions, you kind of put this guy aside. So that's something to note right here. Yeah, so why did I put him on a shield set is because this is more of a PvP based Miscreated Monster. I'm going to show you 2 ways to build him. So this is just one way of building him, because when you get into the battle, you're looking for, usually in the arena or those early arenas, gold 1, you're looking for somebody to just have a big shield that cannot be easily broken, so your nukers can survive the first big hit that the enemy is going to be doing against them. You can pair this champion with a Brogni to even increase the value of those shield. You can pair this champion with an Osoga the Warcaller, or even a Vogot, to make sure that it's a full beefy tanky team. UDK, a bunch of tanks have to go along with him. Don't expect him to be the only tank for PvP content, but for PvE content he can be the only tank that can keep your teams alive. All right, so that's the build. One set of shield sets, which is going to give us a 3-ton fat HP shield at the beginning of the battle, and of course immortal to do a little bit of healing while he is doing his other skills, his A1 especially. So there is some accuracy. This champion does need accuracy to land his stun on that A2, so that's some accuracy. At least for level 20 content you need about 220 to 250 accuracy, right? So that's what I was aiming for right here, around that range, and I went a little bit above, because of for arena you might need a little bit of 300 or so. No resistance needed, but if you have it you could put it on him, but I focused more on HP, almost 90k HP if I just glyph something off. And then 2k defense is not that high though, because that would mean the HP will go down really fast. I should push it to at least 3k defense would be nice. 208 speed is kind of slow. Yeah, it's slow. I should be about 250 or 220, but again, he is not going to be the first champion to take a turn, so he's just going to soak up a little bit of damage, because when he takes a turn he puts the big shield up again that has maybe been decimated by the enemies by that time. So crit rate and crit damage is important on this champion. Don't think because he needs HP you will not build him with crit rate and crit damage. This champion will hit hard with that A2 and put even more shield out there with that A2 damage from that A2. That's why you need crit rate and crit damage on this champion. Crit rate, crit damage glove, crit damage amulet. If you can make that crit rate happen, even crit rate and glove and then crit damage amulet will work perfectly. So if I head over to my artifacts and see how I build this champion in terms of the sets, that's it. Crit damage glove right there and crit rate. Yeah, I should have gone crit damage. If I go crit damage on the amulet, I might even have more crit damage than that. But I wanted that HP to be above 80k because of this shield set that is starting the battle with. What other sets can you use on this champion besides shield sets? Personally, I think triple immortal set is what is best for him. So if you can get that triple immortal set on this champion, that will serve just fine. Why? Because it will make his HP so high. It will get you closer to the 100k mark HP and not so slow speed right there. So that's something to take note of, that this is not the only option. Another set, so those are the two sets I'll recommend him. Either you're giving this champion immortal or you're giving him a shield set. Now I know there are better sets that have started in Shadow Legends that have come out. I'm talking about Bolster set, right? Guardian set. There are a lot of end game sets right now, but I feel like this champion is not an end game champion. You shouldn't waste your Bolster set on a Miscreated Monster in 2023. I feel like you have other champions who are more deserving of a Bolster set than he does. That's what I think. But for other sets, if you're really early game, I've seen some people even using live sets to just boost that HP up a little bit. It works. And of course, triple speed set, if you can go fast in that spider, especially, that shield will stay up all the time. So if you don't have any of those sets, perception is not the best for this champion, except you really don't have an accuracy banner or you don't have an accuracy chest. Then a 2 perception piece or 3 perception piece would be a desperate way to go about getting this champion built. So regen set, always good in any champion that needs a little bit of healing. Yeah, that's just the early games. I've even seen some people put him in a stun set if you want the spiderlings to be stunned 100% of the time, not 50%, some stun, some not stun. The stun set can help add a little bit of that chances to stun, so you can have maybe 7 out of 10 spiderlings stunned sometimes, just like I do have on my sealed Drake. So a perfect candidate for stun set, although it doesn't have AoE on his A1, that A2 is what you need to see if you can get all of them stunned at the same time. So this is the awesome immortal set that I'm recommending you put on your Miscreated Monster. Shield set was just because of this video and because I want to show him off in some arena content, being a tank and surviving and helping keep my team alive. All right, for his blessing, nothing special on this champion, nothing really special. Commanding presence, maybe if nobody else on the team already has it, to boost your ally. Where is it? Strengthen your team's aura. So that's what I would recommend. Back then, Miscreated Monster used to go into clan boss. You see, I've not mentioned anything about the clan boss, but I don't think he belongs there anymore in 2023. Even if it's for ally protection, he just goes in there ally protection and he kills himself because that ally protection makes him take a lot of damage. He doesn't have anything else to protect himself when he keeps ally protection out. So in most battles, most people even recommend you turn off that ally protection, except against that spider where you want them to be having that fear on them. So that's something to take note of for his blessing. For masteries, this champion does benefit a great deal from masteries, especially in the support tree. This is the most important mastery you want on this champion. You want more HP, you want that boost to the shield that he's placing by 5%. These are the 2 important ones. Then right here, if you want to be even crazier, go in there and have a 30% chance of extending the duration of your shield, of your ally protection. So that's also the lasting gifts that this champion have. I feel like those 3 masteries on this part is important. Then you can begin to get these 2 also, and then you have to choose whether you want to go towards offense 3 or defense 3. If you're so crazy about that stun, you want that extra 5% to stun, fearsome presence is there for you. So you go from a 50% chance to stun to a 55% chance to stun. Low chance, but hey, most people who don't need damage out of him go towards fearsome presence. I don't need him as a stunner. If you have Sealed Drake, you don't need him doing that. So instead, most people will either go down to Helm Smasher for more ignore defense for that bigger shield, or for War Master if you plan to just use him in general content. So that's the way I built my Miscreated Monster. I recommend offense 3 in general content, but if you're just about the spider, you want to maybe go towards fearsome presence. But I feel like this one will also even help with the spider than fearsome presence, to keep the kill the spiderlings faster when he's hitting them hard. All right, it's time for us to head into some content and test Miscreated Monster out in the content that he shines the most. This is not a champion I'll use everywhere. I'll just test him out in the spider and maybe 1 or 2 battles in the arena to show him how he can help your team. So I did put together this simple beginner-friendly team that looks like I'm missing out on decreased defense. So let me quickly fix that. Decreased defense champion, Terrell, or Stagnite. Let me just put in Stagnite right there. There's my stag. So he can put slow speed on the boss also. Important, very, very important. I don't want to use the Royal Guard here. It's going to take down the spiderlings, and we don't want that. We want the spiderlings to survive a little bit so Miscreated Monster has something to hit. Did I scroll past Stagnite? I always do. Or I could even use this Deacon, right? Deacon places decreased events also, and it can help me with turn meter reduction instead of Stagnite. All right, let's head over to the battle and see how we do. Miscreated Monster is the champion that's supposed to help us survive. Apothecary will helping us with a little bit of healing, but without Miscreated Monster, that healing will not be enough at all. We have an Amiga right here to keep the turn meter down. Stun, stun, stun. Hold on. Let's see. How many people got stunned? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 spiderlings stunned out of 10. It's good. It's not. That doesn't seem like a 50% chance, right? It seems like a 70% chance. I thought it's gonna happen a lot, but check out the amount of shield that everybody now has on them. You have 2 shield. The shield from the shield set that I came into the battle with, and now I have the shield from Miscreated Monster. So the enemies have to hit one shield off before they hit the next shield off. I forget which one comes first. That's why I put him in a shield set, to be even more tankier and not rely on just one shield that will fall off after he gets hit. So that's something to take note of. If you start the battle with a shield, you will survive even longer. I'm waiting for that fear now to happen. That's it. Fear for you. Deacon is not going to allow them to take a turn. 95k on that War Master hit right here. That's why I want that A1 to be happening a lot more. He's going to do his AoE hit again. It's about to, Miscreated Monster is about to do it. That's it. Woo! Big hits, big shield. Nobody is in danger of dying. So throughout your spider up to 13 to 20, this champion just keeps doing this, making sure that you stay full. If you want to bring a cleanser to make it a little bit more easier for you to clear the poisons from whoever is getting poison, but I doubt anybody else will get as much poison as to make them die. Everybody is just chilling because they have big shield. My big shield has fallen off though. I'm waiting for it. Ooh, 1.4 million. I want to see it one more time, please. One more big shield. One more big shield. Yes. So we are in no danger of dying at all. So that's what this champion does for you in dungeons. Not just spider, even against wave content for the dragon, even against wave content for the ice golem. You can just keep placing that ally protection and that big shield on himself. Now the shield value you see here is big because there are so many spiderlings. 10 enemies being hit. If there are 4 to 5 enemies being hit, the shield will not be as big as this. That's just how it is. So the next piece of content that I want to test this out is in the 1v1 arena. All right, let's go against a team that is obviously gonna nuke us, but obviously not a team like Madam Series that will simply strip your buffs off you. So that's not what you want. You don't want to go against the Prince Kaima, although you not find those type of teams in the gold 1 or silver 4. Like I said, that's where this champion is best used, right? So let's go against a team that I think will try to nuke us with their normal damage hits. I can't find any such team right here. These are just big damage hitting teams. But this seems like a team that is gonna take a fight forever. They are just coming in here with full tanks, no damage dealer at all. Do I want to try it against this team that is just gonna nuke me? Because they will strip my buffs and then try to nuke me. I can't find any teams that I'm worthy to go against. Let's just try to the normal tanky team, right? And if the battle goes on for too long, I'll just end it. So if you want him on the leader slot right there, you can do this, I guess. Duchess will still have a passive helping us survive a little bit. I just want to have, well, he's not even needed in this battle, right? Or Duchess is not even needed. That's too much protection. Let's use our damage dealer as this. They don't have any way of cleansing, right? No, they're just gonna block it. I'll bring in Masteries to remove any debuff, to remove any buff that they have on them. And who else? For even more HP, for even more tankiness, maybe a UDK or this lady. So I know they're gonna go first. I don't see any way they're gonna kill me though. They didn't really come here to fight. I don't know what type of team is this. They go first and then what? So I'll start the battle like this and see. So it's currently, that's it. That's what we want to see right now. And of course, Duchess places it all over again. But this is actually what I want to do in this battle. Just this. Not even enough damage to even take them down at all. Definitely not enough. But this is a sample team like Miscreated Monster can be in and survive. Oh, wait, what? What just happened? I guess my Magna goes crazy when HP tank or HP is in the leader slot and gives him even more boost right there. Let's die against this team. Let's not just take that win and say we did well. I want to see that's where the shield does not work. Wait, we still survive because we have HP in the leader slot, and our nuka is also HP based nuka, so he could take that big hit. I actually did not mean to do that. Bam. Not enough damage to take down all of them, but did Abita just take 2 turns back to back? So definitely Miscreated Monster in shield set does not work against a Madame Series because she's just gonna strip it, but on bolster set maybe you can make that happen. So that's the only 2 places I feel like he can be useful for you in early game arena. If you just want to go put a tanky team together and be a menace for the enemies to deal with, that's how you can use him. Now let's head over into the faction war. I don't think Night Rev is open today. It's not, so I can show you Miscreated Monster winning in Night Revenant faction, but he really helps in that content. That's the showcase I have to show you guys right now for Miscreated Monster. He's an old champion who has fallen off the grace. Like, it will help you in early game, help you in end game, dungeon 20, dungeon 25, but he's not used anywhere else besides just that spider that puts a big shield maybe against some other dungeon content where you have no other people healing or controlling the waves with CC. If you have Sealed Drake, you're like, I don't need it Miscreated Monster to stun when I have a Sealed Drake, and she does healing also plus revive. So people kind of take out him from the teams eventually and replace him with contents. But if you have him, he's a champion that is worth taking to 60, and is definitely a champion that you will use in the early game to the end game. So let me know in 2023, where are you using your Miscreated Monster, even if he's no longer serving you? Is he chilling in your vault like mine is gonna go straight right after this video? Because definitely he's not a champion I use on a daily basis. I just popped him out, put this set on him. I wanted to show that he's still viable in 2023 if you're coming into raid. Don't think that because nobody's talking about him, he's just useless. No, in the early game, any champion you obtain like this will be useful until you begin to get other champions to take their spot. All right, help me hit like in this champion guide video if you find it useful. Of course, I'm open to suggestions and how you built your Miscreated Monster. Did you go immortal or sheet set or other crazy sets like bolster? Help me hit like, subscribe to my YouTube channel for more daily Raid Shadow Legends content. I'll see you guys later.